V. Terrell Hill Show. I come live every single day at 5:30. The last 2 days, I've chosen to do 10:30 because I wanted to chill out and take a break. So click the bell to be notified when I come live so you won't miss when I decide to do what I do, all right? We have a very special show for you today. If you've been following the show, you know today is Spirituality and Consciousness Saturday, where we do a bit of a palate cleanse and talk about things that make the soul better, that make the mind better, that expands the heart. So that's what we're doing today. Going with the flow, God versus me. This is something that I have been in, it's been in my head. I've been personally thinking about it all week, really. And I just really want to open up my thoughts and share my thoughts with you. Vulnerable, they might be, maybe not, maybe comedic, maybe all of the above. But I just want to share my thoughts with you on how I got to the title of today's show, Finding the Balance, Navigating the Fine Line Between Trusting God and Taking Action. Because hell, it's a balancing act. But before I do that, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Click the bell to be notified when I come live. Typically, I come live at 5 o'clock, all right? There's a link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube to join my free email community. You click that link, put your name and email address in the box. You get 2 confirming emails, one making sure you did sign up, and the other from me welcoming you to the community. And we'll talk about everything else in a sec. All right, here we go. I decided last week to go on a staycation. For 6 months straight, I worked my ass off. I mean, I worked, literally. I'm talking about all in, no matter, dizzy, eyes blurred, fever, cold. It did not, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I went live, I sent emails, I did consultations, because I had made a covenant with myself, and a lot of you know this, but give me opportunity to lay some context here. I made a covenant with myself that I was going to go live until I monetized my channel. Well, until 2 months after I monetized my channel, and I was going to go live every single day. Which I have been doing since October, every single day. I've either gone live or uploaded a broadcast. And so I realized, I had said within myself, I could tell and y'all forgive me, because my mustache hairs are turning up and tickling my nose. Anyway, I said to myself, you know, last week, was next week, but it was really last week. I said, I'm gonna take a break and only go live. I won't do any extra work. I won't send any emails. I won't do any consultations. I'm gonna just take a break. Then for those of you guys that know, on that Monday show, I ended up eyes getting blurry, head was hurting. Y'all were like, check your pressure, and it was elevated. So I really slowed down. So this week, I thought I was going to wake up on Monday and just take on the world and just go from 0 to 100. And I realized my body, my mind, my soul, my spirit didn't want to go. And I was like, okay, now what's going on here? And I started getting a little nervous because I've always been taught, that the harder you work, the greater the reward. So I'm like, now come on, I got to get that juice. The universe got to see me working. So Monday happened, Tuesday happened. And I said, now hold on a second. Like, I'm supposed to be doing shorts and reels and TikToks, and I haven't done any. And I started looking within myself, and I had to remind myself, Vincent, you're not a lazy guy, right? So something else has to be going on because you're not lazy. At any rate, and then I settled within myself, by Thursday it was, I said, I'm not going to work as hard as I did before I took my break. And let me tell you the reason why. Number one, it's not healthy. It's just not healthy. Number two, I had to be honest with myself and admit that I was working hard due to unbelief. That I was using work hard as a bargaining tool with God. You understand? So it's one of those things where, now, God, if I work hard, then can you please do this for me? And you have to be careful that the things that you do in your life that others may congratulate, internally, be careful that internally those same things are not coping mechanism rooted in fear, stamped in unbelief. You understand what I'm saying? So when I would feel, these little bouts of doubt or bouts of unbelief, I would counteract that with work versus dealing with the thought of why am I thinking like this? So I said to myself, you know what? And I'm saying it even now to myself. I'm not about to be doing all that. Am I going to fulfill my covenant? Am I going to keep on with my email community? I have a consultation tomorrow at 5:30. Email went out this morning at 9 a.m. Show's been going on every week. Yeah, but that extra energy of unbelief and worry and doubt, I just choose not to put in the mix. That's why for the last 2 days, I decided to come live at 10:30 versus 5 o'clock. Because really, it's like yesterday I wanted fried chicken, I wanted macaroni and cheese, and I wanted it when I wanted it. And I said, you know what? Instead of rushing home to go live, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to eat. And then, damn, when you eat that, you got to go to sleep. You got to take a nap. So then I took a nap, and I said to myself, I'm going to go live at 10:30. Then I woke up around 9 and had a beautiful show. And I could appreciate that I wasn't exhausted. I felt like I had the stamina to perform because I wasn't pressing myself due to fear. So it's really one of those things where it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. You understand? And I think that we all should ask ourselves this. And if you're watching this show and you've gotten this far in the show, I think we're about 9 minutes in, you have to ask yourself, is it going to happen or not? Like, is this going to happen or not? And if you think not, then I think you should be doing something else. I think you should be finding another hobby or whatever, because this ain't for you. But if it's going to happen, then sooner or later, you're going to have to chill out. Just take a break. Relax. Oprah says it best. She says, I'm a master manifester. And she says that how you manifest is, in layman's terms, you put something in your mind that you want, then you surrender it. And then you don't be like, oh my God, it's going to happen today. 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 Because if I'm going to be honest, remember I was telling you all about the shorts and TikToks I didn't do? Well, the reality was the reason why I was being anxious about doing them is because that's how I get most of my followers is through the YouTube shorts. And my TikToks and things do well because I cover hot topics. So in my mind, it's like, if you don't do it, then how are you going to grow your channel? So you got to do it. So it wasn't even about the art of it. It wasn't even about the expression of it. It was solely, I have to do this to grow my channel. And we can't allow our aggressive goals to choke our artistic expression. And the way you test that out is relax. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook and our Twitter, you have to come to YouTube if you want me to see your comments live. I'll read your comments after the broadcast. But if you want me to read your comments during the live broadcast, then you have to come to YouTube now, all right? And if you're just coming on, welcome to the V. Terrell Hill Show. Every Saturday, I talk spirituality and consciousness. And today we're talking about that thin line between trusting God and taking action. And there are times where you're supposed to take action, and there are times that you have to chill out and just trust. There's a time for everything. And I feel in my spirit for the space and place that I am right now, that it's time to chill out and trust. What's going on, Bright the MC? How you doing, man? I hope you're well, brethren. So that's that. So ask yourself the question: is it going to happen or not? And if you believe it's going to happen, then you're gonna have to just relax. Now, there's another thought that I've had that I want to share with you guys about the navigating the fine line between trusting God and taking action, and that is God going to do it or am I going to do it? Now, there's a lot of different ways we can look at this. The high-level thinking is that there is no such thing as if I do it or God do it. High-level thinking says it's all the same. If I am doing it, God is in it. And if God did it, I am in it. And you cannot separate. If God is all, you cannot separate me from God. So if I have a desire in my heart, that automatically makes it God ordained. That's high level thinking. You don't have to agree. I don't, and honestly, I don't even care if you agree. But I don't care. That is forgive. I don't know if y'all hear that car or not, but that's, I live in Atlanta. All right. So that's the high level thinking. Now you can come down a notch and say, God only does it. Or you can mimic that on the same level and say, I only do it. Barack Obama has an interesting thought. Barack Obama has an interesting thought in his book, and he says that he doesn't believe in predestination because he says to the down and out, it causes reservation, and to the powerful, it causes complacency. In other words, if you think that success is predetermined for a specific kind of people, and you don't see yourself as that kind of person, then you'll be reserved. But if you think that success is reserved for a kind of person and you see yourself as that kind of person, then you'll be complacent. One won't push towards greatness because they don't feel like they deserve it. And the other won't push towards greatness because they feel like, well, I'm going to get it anyway, so why try? And both is the same can, different label. And I'm sort of on this tip, like, am I waiting on God to do something that I just need to turn up the heat and do it myself? Which in essence is still faith. Faith in the pursuit, faith in the goal, faith in what we're doing. Let me just say it like this. I think that we need to demystify. We need to take the magic out of a lot of things that's going on in our lives. God's not holding it back. It's just maturing. You just started 6 months ago. Wait a bit. Wait a minute. You're still growing in it. You're still getting your feet wet. And one of the things that I want to say to people that were raised in a certain kind of religious environment, stop looking for suffering to be elevated. I want you to, you do know there are people that got everything they want and they didn't have to suffer for it. Your suffering don't make you special. Because if that was the case, all the suffering you've been through, you ought to be a bad mamma jamma right now, and you're not. You're still suffering. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. I'm out here. Oh, gosh. Your suffering don't put a crown on your head. You know what puts a crown on your head? Your royalty. And I think that we have this weird infatuation with hard times. And if I'm going to be honest, I think that's what was going on with me that 6 months. It's like I wanted it to be hard because I'm like, if it's hard like this, I'm going to, oh boy, when I get on the other side of this. And then here I am on the other side of it. I'm like, well, that was anticlimactic. Well, I mean, I'm better. I'm a better person. But all that I went through, I would like to think that the heavens should be falling with gold. I mean, think about the ROI on your suffering. Most people do not get their ROI for suffering, and then they start making God look bad by making up these weird reasons why. So it's time for you to investigate why it hasn't happened yet. But do yourself a favor and don't put God in it. Ask yourself now. Remember, high-level thinking says when you ask yourself that, you're asking God. But if you're always putting God in stuff, you're not at a high-level place anyway. So just don't even put God in it, and just ask yourself, why hasn't it happened yet? And don't allow yourself to be settled with, I'm just waiting on God. I'm just waiting on God. Don't allow yourself that emotional cop-out. Why hasn't it happened yet? And then when do I want it to happen? All right. Now, what do I have to do today if it's going to happen when I want it to happen? Then that is what you do. Shine. All right. So that's that. Next, I did something today, y'all, and I'm almost done. I'm not about to be up here too long. I did something today that normally when I do it, I feel imposter syndrome. Today I did it and I felt so powerful. I'm not going to tell you yet what I did, but that's none of your business yet. Later. But let me tell you, I just want you to know, for those of you guys that's been rocking with me the last 6 months, try something new and see if you don't do or don't feel imposter syndrome, because if I've been growing, I know you have too. So that's that for today. Now tomorrow is back. We're back to Hot Topics. We're going to be talking about Jay Morant, because I don't like the narrative been going on about him. So I got some different narrative I want to bring to the stage, and we're going to test it out a little bit. All right. This is a variety show. Every Monday, I bring on a friend for Hot Topics podcast, not Hot Topics, podcast style interview, and it's a hoot, man. We cut up bad. Tuesdays is Hot Topics. Wednesday, Spirituality and Consciousness. Thursday and Friday is Hot Topics. Saturday, Spirituality and Consciousness. And like I said, Sunday is Hot Topics. All right. I want to invite you to like, share, subscribe, especially if you have found value in today's show. I also want you to join my email community. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is click the link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube. Put your name and email address in there. You get 2 confirming emails, one from me, making sure you really signed up, and the other, no, I said that all wrong. One confirming you really signed up, and the other from me welcoming you to the email community. If you want to know what kind of emails come out, it's all positive, okay? There's one that came out on yesterday, and not yesterday, today. And matter of fact, I'm going to give you a little snippet of what that email read so you can know what you're signing up for. And it was called Taking Control of Your Emotions, all right? And we talked about emotional intelligence and how you need to be able to identify and manage your own emotions. That's the kind of stuff we talk about in the email community. So click that link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube, put your name and email address in, and then you'll be a part of this free email community where 3 times a week I send out nothing but positivity, all right? Also, if you want a free consultation, an absolutely free consultation with me, specifically even about what we talked about today about navigating the fine line between trusting God and taking action, then I want you to email me at info@vterrellhill.com and put in the subject line free consultation. Now, let me tell you this, all right? My name is spelled interesting, so look in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube. Again, don't just wing it. Look in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube. That way, you can spell it right. Put in the subject line free consultation. I'll send you a link. You set the appointment, and for 30 minutes, we'll chat. And I promise you, after that 30 minutes is over, your whole life will be changed forever. And that is absolutely free as well. All right? Thank you so much for watching the V. Terrell Hill Show. Again, I come live every single day at 5 o'clock, so click the bell to be notified when I come live. Until tomorrow, y'all be all...